Hey, beautiful souls, how is everybody doing? I have missed you. Happy New Year. Well, if you're new to my channel, thank you very much for stopping by. My name is Adaure and you are welcome to Adaure Speaks. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for sticking with me throughout 2020. Yeah, it was a really crazy year, but you have been here and I appreciate you. You're the reason why I do what I do. Thank you, and thank you again. Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. I'm so excited. It feels like I've been waiting for 2021 for a very long time and I don't know why. For some reason, while a lot of people were like, very... there was this thing about 2020, right? Right from when I was a kid, we would hear about Vision 2020, 2020 this, 2020 that. So it was so hyped, I feel, 2020. But for me, there was just something about 2021. And I don't know why. Of course, I was excited about 2020, but there was just something for me about 2021. And as soon as we stepped into 2021, I was like, yes, finally, we made it. I am grateful. I am so grateful. Now, I'm not exactly one for New Year resolutions. I believe in right now resolutions. So if there's something that I can do right now, I really want to do it and, get it out of the way. But one thing that I have started doing, and I started doing this in 2020, was to have one word that kind of guides me throughout the year, right? And most times I don't really come up with these words myself. Most times it's just words that I hear. I am clairaudient. So for last year, it was surrender. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to be surrender. If you have not seen that video, I'm probably just going to, link it somewhere in the description box or just put it in one of the corners. But I was like, well, this year I'm just going to surrender. And boy, did that save me? It absolutely did. Because considering what 2020 turned out to be, I am so grateful that that was my watchword, my keyword, my anchor word, whatever you choose to call it, for the year 2020. Because I really don't know what I would have done if I did not surrender, because 2020 came with a lot of things, not just with the craziness that is going on right now and lots of, losses and stuff like that. But it was a year that caused people, or rather forced people, to go within. Like in 2020, you really did not have an option. I don't know if that is going to continue in 2021, but in 2020, a lot of people had to do shadow work. They had to actually do shadow work. They had to sit with what they would call the negative sides of them and actually work. Like, where are you gonna go? Like the whole world shut down. Where are you gonna travel to? What are you gonna do? You just had to deal with it, pretty much. I know that sounds that doesn't sound very good, but at the end of the day, that's what it came down to. You had to sort it out, figure it out, deal with it. That was what 2020, was all about. For me, I didn't have to do too much shadow work in 2020. Why? Because in 2019, I went through a whole lot. I went through a crazy kind of spiritual awakening, and I had to do shadow work after shadow work. I mean, this is more like a continual process as far as I'm concerned. I believe that shadow work is a continual process. But in 2019, I had a series of dark night of the soul, and it was just crazy. It wouldn't stop. It just would not stop. So with 2020, it was such a relief that even though a lot of things happened, a lot of things were unstable, just too many changes, but I found out that I didn't really have to do too much shadow work, and I did not really experience that dark night of the soul, and that that was such a relief, because if I had to do or go through what I went through in 2019 in 2020 again, there would have been a real problem, really. So for that, I am grateful, and I'm grateful that I was able to actually practice and hold on to that word surrender. For 2021, the word I was given, excuse me, is the word ease. I believe it was in the morning. I just woke up and, said my affirmations, said my prayers, and I just heard that year of ease. I am absolutely here for it. I am here for it. I pray that it's going to be a year of ease, truly, for me, for you, for our loved ones and our family. May this be a year of ease. So be it. Okay, so what are the plans for 2021? Now, I really want to know what your plans are for 2021. Do you have any plans? The plans you had for 2020, were you able to get them done? Now, I said I was going to do a video about some of the things I wanted to do in 2020. Now, these were not like New Year resolutions or anything. These were just like set goals that I wanted to achieve. And I watched this video of a lady that did I think it was a TikTok video, and she was just laughing about all the goals that she wanted to achieve in 2020, because apparently she got nowhere close to smashing those goals. And I know a lot of people thrived in 2020. What I mean by thrive is like they went above and beyond in achieving all their goals and, kicking, what. I do not fall into that category. No. I set some goals for myself. It didn't go as planned. And that was where the word surrender came in very, very handy, because if I had not surrendered, it would have been really difficult. I've learned how to be flexible in life, Sometimes we want to do something and we are thinking that it's just going to be from point A to point B and then C. Life does not generally work like that. And I've learned how to do that. Okay. I've learned how to, bend a little bit, because if you don't bend in life, you're going to break. So that is one thing that I did in 2020 that was really, I really love that. Another thing also that I did was ability to give thanks. I found out that I gave thanks a lot in 2020. There were days I couldn't do it. There were days that it felt like nothing was working out at all. But most days I found a reason to be thankful, and that was my story. I stuck with it through and through. Now in 2021, there are a few things that I would like to do differently. Okay. And one of those things is that I want to embody everything that I was created to be. I made a post about this. No, not necessarily a post. I just answered a question on Facebook about this about a month ago or 2 months ago. But basically I was saying that it was more like, what would you tell your younger self? Those kind of prompts that come on Facebook. And I was like, be everything you were created to be. That's what I would tell my younger self. And well, I'm still here. That means I'm still alive. So that is what I'm telling myself now. Be everything that you were created to be. So what that means is this. I am currently working on not pigeonholing, like I'm trying, not even trying, I am deciding that if I can do it, and I know that I even stand a chance of being able to do it, I'm going to go ahead and do it. The reason why this is very important to me is this. I happen to be a multi-potentialite, or quote unquote, a jack of many trades. I would not want to say a jack of all trades, because obviously I'm not a jack of all trades. I don't know all things, but I do know how to do many things. And if I dare say so, I do them well. So what I have decided to do this year is this. I am trying, or I'm deciding not to try to fit in. I'm deciding to be more of who I was created to be, more of myself, my whole self. Okay, so what that means is this: if I love to sing, I love to sing, and I'm gonna share it because I don't know who that's gonna help. If I love to sew, I love to sew, and I'm gonna share my designs. I don't know who's gonna like that or who that might inspire. I just want to be everything. I'm tired of being either one thing or the order. I just want to be everything. And another thing that I am also deciding to do differently this year is this. A lot of people do not know this about me, but I am well, I've talked about being an empath before. I just let it out that I'm clairaudient. But there is a part of me that most people don't know. The spiritual part of me is one part that I guide, or God is one part of me that I guard very jealously. I don't let people know that part of me unless the people that are very close to me. But this year, I'm deciding to just share whatever I know. I want to share it, and I want to learn even more. Okay, so what that means is this. I'm going to be talking a lot about spirituality. That was one of the key reasons why I started up a YouTube channel, because I love the law of attraction, but then law of attraction is also all about spirituality. Both of those things, they kind of, to marry, you cannot keep them apart. You cannot separate one from the other, right? So, and then I also want this channel to be a motivational channel. And for me also, I know that a lot of people will beg to differ. There are people who are highly motivated and they are not spiritual. I get that. But for me and for some other people like me, you cannot separate those either. So I just want to have a marriage of these three things and watch it, just blossom into something. I want to be able to share. I really hope that your New Year's Eve was fabulous and your New Year started out on a very wonderful note. Unfortunately, mine did not. It didn't start out that way. On New Year's Eve, I found it very difficult to go to bed. I found it difficult to sleep. I couldn't sleep. I just could not sleep. And then much later I just slept, and it was just sleeping and waking up and all that. It wasn't, it was just there. Now on the New Year day, I felt the need to go back to bed, and I laid in bed almost all day. I was just really burdened and I did not know why. Now I'm going to take you back to a few days before the New Year day. I think it was a day before New Year's Eve or 2 days before. A friend of mine and also a client of mine sent me a text message, and she said, "Can you please do a reading on my mom? Please, I beg you. I hate to bother you, but please do this for me." I do tarot readings, but I only do this for my very close family members and my friends. It's not something that is out there in the public. But I do tarot readings. I also do readings from crystals. But most times, I really do not have to do these things. I am very clairaudient. So if I'm doing a tarot reading for somebody, it's most times just to confirm what I have already heard. If I'm doing a crystal reading for someone, that's because either I have heard some things about the person, or there are some blockages and I really need the crystal. I work well with crystals. I'm an earth sign. So she sent me that message. She said, "Please do a reading on my mom. I need to know what's going on," and all that. So as soon as she said that, as soon as I read the message, I just heard it. I heard that she had passed, and she was tired of fighting. But the message came to me so quickly that for a moment I was like, is this my ego speaking or something I heard? There was that struggle for a little bit. I just waved it aside and I was like, okay, go ahead. Give me her name. What is her name? She texted me her name. I said, okay, I'll get back to you. And then I was on the phone with my brother, but I was on the phone with my brother. I was like, hey, stay with me while I do this reading. I have no idea why. I'm very confidential about stuff like that. But I was just trying to explain a little bit of tarot to him. So I was like, look at what is going on here. Look at the 2 cards I got. Look at what it means and all of that, And he asked me, he said, are you going to tell her? I said, no, I cannot deliver this kind of message. Not today. I'm going to do another reading. Okay. So what happened was this. I couldn't tell her. I couldn't tell her that her mom was saying that she was tired and that she basically had transitioned. This woman was still alive, at the time. Of course, I didn't know that, but she was still alive. But how do I go and tell somebody whose loved one is alive that her loved one had passed? And she was probably with her loved one. So it just... I'm not really good at passing negative messages or presumed negative messages. It's easier for me to bring messages of hope, of peace, of prosperity to people. I love to heal as much as I can, or as much as, God chooses to do through me, or spirit, whatever you choose to call the infinite spirit. So I couldn't do it. Now she sends me a message. I believe it was on New Year's Day. Afterwards, towards the evening, or on the 2nd, either the 1st or the 2nd, she was like, my mom passed. I was very sad. I felt guilty. I felt disappointed in myself that I could not trust enough to pass that message to her. And I decided, I was like, if this is how this year is going to start, any message I get, I'm going to send it out like that. If I'm being moved to sing a song, I'm going to sing the song. Whatever it is, like this year, ease is what is going to be. Okay? Yeah, I'm just going to continue, just carry on what I was doing last year, surrendering. But this time around, I just want to be free to be me, just to be me. That is one thing I'm doing differently. And then another thing also that I want to incorporate into what I was doing last year is this. Last year, I was focused so much on goals that whenever I found out that I was lagging behind on meeting my goals, that would make me even procrastinate the more, not work on my goals, self-sabotage. It just does not end well. Some people are able to do the opposite of what I do, which is, okay, I'm not reaching my goals. Let me improvise, do this, do that. I'm not able to do that. For like right now, I'm not able to do that. So what I have decided to do is this. Instead of focusing so much on the goals and getting carried away when I miss a target or two, I want to focus on the routine. I want to focus on the pattern. Just show up every day, create that pattern. This is what it's going to be, and show up every day. I have this firm belief, at least that's what I'm learning right now in my NLP practitioner classes, that if you're able to stick with the process, it's just a matter of time. The goals, you're going to get there, and you might even enjoy the process just a little bit more because now you're focused on the process and not the goal. So you're enjoying the journey and not just eager about getting to your destination. These are some of the things that I would love to change up a little bit in this 2001. And what else? Yeah, I would love to continue being grateful, of course. If anything, I want to even become more grateful than I am this year. Yes, I would love to be even more grateful. Just wake up and say thank you for no reason. Just be happy that I'm breathing air, that I'm eating food, that I'm drinking water. Just be happy and, just enjoy all of that. Well, these are some of the things oh, God. Well, these are some of the things that happened in 2020. These are some of the things that I'm hoping will happen in 2021. What happened with you in 2020? I know, 2020 was, but is there any remarkable thing that happened that you would like to share? Comment in the comment box below. And what about 2021? Are there some things that you would like to change? Also, let me know. I'm always in the comment box, by the way. Always listening, always reading. Are there any videos you would like to see on my channel for 2021? Please, I would love your suggestions. Go ahead and comment also below. I will be reading that as well. I am going to be talking about some topics I've avoided for a very long time. It's high time, baby. We're gonna get it done. We are gonna get it done. So fasten your seatbelts. It's about to be lit, okay? Well, if you have been watching up to this point, thank you so much for joining me today. I am so grateful that you're here. Thank you. If you like this kind of content, I'm going to be talking about soul contracts. I'm going to be talking about twin flames. I'm going to be talking about karmic partners. I'm going to be talking about just, stuff like that. These are topics that I've avoided for a while. Why? Because I come from a Christian background, and some of these topics that I would love to talk about are kind of taboo, kind of forbidden, but it's high time that somebody talked about it. And it looks like I'm going to be talking about this thing. So please join me. If you like today's content, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you did not like it, please give me a thumbs down. I like to know what you like, okay? Yeah, that's how we're gonna vibe, right? Well, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Adaure. This has been Adaure Speaks. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And above all things, I really hope that you have a wonderful 2021. Thank you so much and have a beautiful day. Bye. Let's go.